In this WebEx, we will review how to create a patient and how to enter HIS record information. If you have not yet watched the HART login WebEx, please view it prior to viewing this WebEx. At this point, it is our understanding that you know how to create either a system administrator or data entry user ID. You can log in with either a system administrator or data entry user ID. The first step in the process is to select or create a new patient. Under the Administration menu, select Patient. On the right side of the patient information screen, you can only enter or update patient information, which consists of the demographic information from this screen. All the required fields are in bold and have an asterisk next to them. You will receive an error message if you skip a required field. The required fields are Assign Provider Submission ID. This is a drop-down box that allows you to choose the applicable option. The patient first name. This is a text field that has a maximum of 12 characters. The patient last name. This is a text field that has a maximum of 18 characters. Gender. This is a drop-down that allows you to choose either male or female. Birth date. You can either manually type in the birth date or you can select the birth date by using the calendar icon to the right of the field. Race/ethnicity. These are check boxes. You can check the box or boxes that best fit the patient. By clicking on any box twice, you will change the answer to Not Assessed. Click on the box a third time to uncheck it. As with the facility and user screens, you can save your information by clicking either the Save button at the top of the screen or using the File menu with the Save feature in the drop-down. The patient information that you enter on this screen will automatically be entered on a HIS record for that patient upon creation of the HIS record. To add a HIS record, you can either double-click on the patient's name under the Patient Summary section, or you can select the patient and then click Add HIS Record button in the bottom right-hand corner of the screen. You will then be presented with the HIS Record Wizard. The fields on the HIS Record Wizard are admission date. All of the date fields are in the month, day, year format and allow you to either enter the date in manually or to select a date using the calendar icon to the right of the field. Reason for record, which is a drop-down box allowing you to choose the correct option. And discharge date. All of the fields on the HIS Record Wizard screen are required, with the exception of discharge date when the reason for HIS record is admission. You can see that the discharge date will automatically become disabled when you select admission as your reason for record. This is because usually you will not know the actual discharge date at admission. The admission date is required on a discharge HIS record since you will know the admission date at discharge. These fields will need to be entered every time you create a HIS record for a patient. When you have filled out all of the fields on the HIS Record Wizard, click on Finish to create the HIS record. You will then see the HIS record screen. The right side of the HIS record screen is where you enter the HIS record information. The date fields can either be keyed in, or you can select the calendar box to select the date. The drop-down fields default to a blank, but allow you to choose your response. At the top of the screen, there are 3 tabs. The first tab is the HIS record information. The second tab displays the patient details that were entered when the patient was created. The patient information cannot be updated from this screen. You will need to go back to the patient information screen to make any necessary changes. To do that, you will save the HIS record by clicking on the Save icon, which looks like a computer disk on the menu bar. You will then close out of the HIS record by selecting the red X on the toolbar, selecting the white X on the HIS record tab, or by going to the File menu and selecting Close HIS Record. If your patient screen is still open, it will display. Otherwise, go to the Administration menu and select Patient. You can now select the patient you wish to edit by clicking on it. The patient information you had entered previously will display on the right-hand side in the Patient Details section. Make any necessary changes and then save the patient information by clicking on the Save icon in the menu bar. The changes that you make will update on the Patient Details tab for the HIS record if you select the appropriate option when opening the assessment again. The left side of the HIS record screen shows the navigation tree. The bolded fields are the items that need to be completed. It is recommended that data be entered in the order the items appear, which follows the item set, for optimization of the skip patterns and/or edits. You will see a skip pattern when, depending on your answer to one question, you do not have to answer the following questions or questions. An example of this is question F2000A. Was the patient asked about CPR? If you answer no to this question, then F2000B will be skipped, since the date asked about CPR doesn't apply. Edits are the warnings and/or messages that you may receive if the data that you entered isn't what is expected or required. For example, if you answer question F2000A with a yes, but then proceed to leave question F2000B blank, you will receive edit number 5060. F2000B is required if F2000A equals a 1 or a 2. As you answer items within the HIS record information, the items will be removed from the navigation tree. At any point, you can save and validate by clicking the Save and Validate button, or by going to the File menu and selecting Save and Validate from the drop-down menu. If there are any errors or warnings within the HIS record, they will be displayed in the bottom left corner of the screen. You can single-click on the displayed error to jump to the item with the problem. You can also click the Print Error Report located at the bottom left-hand side of the screen, underneath the Error Warning message box, if you would like to see a HIS record report detailing all messages. To close the report, select the red X in the top corner of the report viewer. If you save and validate your HIS record, but it still has errors, the HIS record status will be data entry. If you open a HIS record and close it without saving, or if you only save by clicking the Save icon, represented by a computer disk on the menu bar, and do not validate by clicking the Save and Validate icon, the status will be in use. Once all items have been completed and the HIS record does not contain any errors, the HIS record will go to Export Ready status. You can close out of the HIS record by either selecting the red X on the toolbar, selecting the white X on the HIS record tab, or by going to File menu and select Close HIS Record from the drop-down list. Now, if the patient screen is still open, that will display. Otherwise, go to the Administration menu and click on Patient. The top of the patient information screen contains the search criteria. I have entered a few test patients for our demonstration. If you want to view all of the patients that have been created, simply hit the search button without any search criteria populated. This will list all patients in alphabetical ascending order by last name under the patient summary section. If you click on a heading of a column, it will sort the data by that column. If you click on the column again, it will reverse the order of the sort. There is also a scroll bar at the bottom of the screen to allow you to view all of the patient information. If you would like to locate a patient based on specific criteria, select the field name and condition you would like to use and click Search. All the patients that meet your criteria will be displayed in the patient summary section. Let us look for the patient that we just created. We will select patient last name from the field name and then select equal to from the condition drop-down box, and we will type in DOE into the field value text box. We will click on Search, and the patient that we just created will be displayed on the patient summary section. If you would like to search for a HIS record rather than for a patient, select Search from the HIS record menu located at the top of your screen. If you would like to delete a HIS record, single-click on the HIS record to highlight the record you would like to delete, and then click Delete HIS Record button. Only a system administrator can delete a HIS record. However, you will not be able to delete a HIS record that is in exported status. If you select a record in exported status and you have not yet submitted it, you can double-click on the HIS record and choose the Reset the Status and Edit. This will reset the status back to data entry, and you will be able to delete